Uno mas. That probably wasn't right. All right. Just posting this to my friends' feed so all my friends can see me. All right. Should really wear my glasses. That's really hard to see. It's actually not that bad. Cool, cool. Oops. Thank you. Hmm. All right. Let's get started back up with what I was doing. So, hello for anyone watching. Going to be working on building a struct for my camera settings. So, camera settings, camera settings. This is my dynamic prototype. Ignore the noodles. I will be cleaning that up. But going into here, we can see basically how this thing's going to work, at least at the beginning. And this is the construction script. So, this will run upon construction and basically set the camera up how I want it. All right. But there's things I'm not using here, like the scale. It's not important. And then I don't need the, well, the yaw offset to move. So the way this thing's going to work is I have a yaw offset, which just controls the boom arm. Or maybe not. That's call me a liar. But, oh, you know what it is? Hmm. I know what it is. Well, first things first. Let's keep that to 0. That should all be zeroed out. 0. All right. That should all be set. But anyway, so this component's made of mm, 4 major parts. Yaw offset that controls this spring, that controls this boom offset, which controls this spring arm right here. Now, the reason I do have it this way is because in the game I'll be wanting to offset this boom arm. Oh, can I just not? I can't. Okay. I cannot demo that in here because, or nope, cannot demo. Okay, so can't demo that in here because the construction script. I knew that. All right, but basically this boom arm, spring arm connects to the camera. which connects the spinner connects the camera to the boom, yada yada. Anyhow, so you can kind of see it here. I'm using two things. And what we're rocking with is we have the green ball is the yaw rotation, and this the red ball is basically the boom arm rotation. And the reason I separated that is if I didn't, when I want the camera to rotate with the players, so I haven't set this up yet, but should connect. I need to. Anyways, so I have this little scene set up right here, and it's working as intended. It's ignoring that third person because that person's not really in the game as far as the ball is concerned, but it's based on the other guy in the middle, which I can control. If I pull the second controller up, boom. So it's working as intended. It's following them. That is all hunky dory. Okay. Why did they? All right. So that's working as intended. Good. So the reason I do have set this green ball is to ensure that when I do eventually rotate the entire camera rig, instead of like because it's offset. See, the red part's offset, and if it's offset and you rotate it, it's gonna be rotated. It's gonna pivot based on that offset, not where I really want it. So I want it to pivot this way, but instead, since it's offset, it would pivot this way. Hence why it's tied to the green ball, and the green ball moves instead of the red ball. That's not important. But what is important is getting this struct made. So let's go into blueprints, camera struct. All right, user defined struct. So let's figure out everything we need. So let's put this here. Boop, boop. All right. And I'm going to go into the construction of this one. That's a little messy, but all right. So we're going to need transform location. So that's going to be. It's pretty simple. Oh, should I do that, or should I separate it? Because I guess the idea is to make sure this is like something that when I'm looking at this later on down the line, I'm not going to be confused myself as to how this works. And I guess really, it's not worth it. I'll just do the vector. All right, we would call this. Well, we just call it camera transform. Whoop. All right, camera transform. Let's say that first one. All right, next we need rotations. So I kind of want to do these separately. Do I lock out the roll? I'm not sure if I want to lock out the roll or not, but I think it's probably for the best to do that now. Cause you know, let's keep it simple for myself. Let's keep it very simple. We'll just lock out the roll, and we'll just use XY. All right, so we'll actually use a new variable. And do I want to do. No, I see pitch and yaw really. So, yeah, we'll ignore the rule for now, I guess. We'll keep that zeroed out for the most part. And I'll keep it in rotator. Now let's use the roll. You know what? I can think of a use for it. So, the other roll, so camera Now, the only reason I am doing it, only reason I'm using a struct in this case is because I don't want to worry about the scale at all. Just want to get the what I need, what I want to send from the hitbox. So the main goal will be to set up hitboxes in certain areas, and when the player's camera tracker hits one of those hitboxes, I was like, okay, cool. I now know to use these camera settings, and then the camera will shift there. So I need to be able to feed the camera a set of instructions or a set of a position to move to, and keep that really simple. Hence, why I'm going to be using just the data it needs. I could just send in the transformation data, but no. But I also need to send in data too. So that's gonna be things like camera speed and locking data too. I do want to do some like camera locking. So just lock the camera to like, all right, camera's gonna sit right here, based on no matter what, and that'll be very helpful later to have that data available. But for now, we will just do this. You can always update the struct later, which I know someone might yell at me for, but we're just gonna keep it simple. Keep it very simple right now. There's always times to go back in and fix things. So there we go. We'll call this and call it struct. Dynamic camera. All right. Struct DC. So that has all the data I need. So we're going to go back into here, create a new variable. I'll call it camera position settings, and we'll use that new structure we made with. Oh, look, already regretting my struct DC. What's the struct called? Struct DC. Yeah, of course. Okay. Let's type it in. There we go. Compile. And look, now it has all our settings very basically set out. So we're going to drag this in. We'll do a get, hide that, and we're going to reveal this. And we are going to actually, I kind of want to do a breakout. Yeah. Now I could split the pin here, but I kind of want to do like a breakout for like extra visual clarity of what's happening for later on if I ever need to come back. So I'll do that there. I will split this one. I'll offset, and we want the yaw from here, and we'll do the roll, and we'll do the pitch. Boom, done. Very simple. All right, don't need you. Which let's clean house now. Well, that would have been embarrassing. All right, let's clean that up. All right, let's style these a bit. And I kind of feel like this actually might end up just being, I guess for now we'll do a temporary. This will be it. Let's make these look a little pretty. Sure. Cool. Make it very readable for later on. And I might just make that a thing. Function. I probably should collapse it into a function. That's essentially what I want to have happen. All right. So, what I need to do is do a current camera. The real question: should the camera handle? The camera should probably handle it for sure. So let's do that, I guess. Well, let's first do a very simple camera switch. So first things first, we're gonna close all tabs to the right. Yes, thank you. All right, save that out. Compile it one more time. Everything's looking good, and it's gonna break it because I need to reset the defaults. All right, so let's find out. Let's find some defaults here. All right. And how we do that is by going into our camera settings. Wrong camera. Going into our camera settings and going into the default tab. And these are all the settings that we created before. It does require a bit of know-how, which is why I might end up switching that back, like just kind of breaking that down into like more just easy to read chunks. I'm not gonna worry about it right now because it should be fine. Now I didn't know this, but it should be yes. Negative way too much. So it's negative 100. Then we're going to up Z by 200 or so. All right, let's do negative 150. All right. Then we're going to rotate the camera, which I believe I want. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That was too high. So we're going to do 45. Cool. Let's try this out. All right. So the one problem is that one of my characters can easily hit the bottom. Now, I'm thinking the offset's a good idea for that, but also what I need to do is create a what's the word? I need to lock these characters. I'm not worried about that so much because I am going to be in control of both of them, so it's not going to be a huge problem. But eventually, I will be locking them from a certain distance from each other, and the game won't let them, move on from there. Now, what I might end up doing later is locking them distance-wise based on certain camera settings. So, but that's later down the line. Not gonna worry about that. However, let's see if we can't get that offset a little better for the characters. Let's try 250. Let's do something a little crazy. We can always change it. Let's see. That's not bad actually. I kind of like you're seeing a little more, but if I'm thinking about this correct, you kind of want the camera to see more of the screen, because you can kind of see like what's going to be ahead of you. You're gonna want to see that wall a little bit. So I don't think this is bad. I think this works out for what I needed. Now let's save this and let's go to my other map. All right, and for anyone watching, I am sorry. this is a test map. As such, it looks amazing. Ooh, looking great there. All right, so oof. Player start. F. There we go. Okay, I need one more. Okay, so I believe you named this one 1. Could be wrong. And this one 2. And play. Something broke. Okay. Could it be 0? Oh, you know what it is? 0. 0, 1. Erase. All right. Okay, so cool. That's working as far as getting the players in. All right, cool. Now to add the dynamic camera. Camera script. Dynamic camera proto. Okay. Now, this camera is faced the wrong way, so we're going to go into the default settings and change the Z. Okay. That does not work right for me. So 90? 90 degrees. All right. So save current and let's play it. And all right. So now the problem is I have not set a default camera settings. That is my bad, and I will be fixing that right away. So let's actually go back because I'm a bit lazy. And I'm going to steal these camera settings and use them as a default. So, take a quick photo. And cool. Now I'll set these to be the default settings for the dynamic camera. Okay, so first one, negative 250. Hmm. 200. Negative 45. All right, boom. There we go. Now we have default settings. All right, let's go back to the new map. Look at this. And all right, so we're going to go ahead and delete this one. Delete. Add that new camera back in. Oh, look, got the little settings. All right, we do need to change the Z. 90, boom. All right, and so far so good. All right. So, one problem I'm already noticing is that these are not taking the camera position into. These aren't taking the camera position into account when you're moving. So it still thinks that I believe, yeah, that's forward. This is back, but otherwise, I don't hate how this turned out. All right, you're actually seeing a lot of the wall, and you're catching that bottom edge, right before you'd kind of just fall off, and I'm happy with that. Let's see one thing real quick. Not sure why that camera stayed on stage. All right. So to fix that is a bit annoying. That I do remember. So let's see. How do you do that again? Hmm. Hmm. So we're gonna do that ultimate thing that any programmer worth their salt knows how to do, and that is consult Google, because that's what we're gonna do. All right. If someone says they know all the answers, they are lying. Period. All right. Yeah, yeah, whatever. UE for what's it? Okay, how to say this? All right, that's gonna be tricky. Player movement messed up by Cam. There we go. All right. Mm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So looking this up. Okay. It's annoying. This is a problem I've solved multiple times. I just do not remember how to do it. Get control rotation. Alright. Oh, maybe I need to update it. That could be it. Okay, let's control C this. Control C that again. Alright, then go to event graph. It's at the end. Alright. That might look super ugly. But man, we can always try it. Worst thing worse. Doesn't work. Okay, so that wasn't it. Man, this is a problem I was done for. Alright. Camera just one. Okay. Set control rotation. Player camera. Player controller. Okay. The camera rotates. The camera rotates. Okay. 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 Hickey. Set control rotation. So. Yeah. Yeah, I know how blueprints. What the fuck? What was that? I'm dang. This like call me out like that. All right. Okay. Am I capturing controllers? Is a real question. Real quick. Gotta make sure this all works for every player. Guess I can do a get all player controllers. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so get all player controllers, and we want to. I lost it. Set control rotation. All right. Okay, that seems to have worked. Okay. And we want get camera from camera reference. So this is my camera. So we're gonna drag off anything in here. Wrong tab. Here we go. Okay, just at the end of this. Okay. So camera, we want to get active rotation. Okay, let's read that again. Get context. Get actor. Oh. Okay, let's just get rotation, I guess, then. Okay. All right. Anyways, split, split, industhial. Okay, let's try that. Compile. Save, save. All right. Hey, there we go. All right, so all right, it's working. We can do this. Now we're breaking the game, but now it's going to follow me to the rest of the thing. All right, which, by the way, get a look at my level. It's pretty, yeah, it's a very simple thing. Okay, the brightness is kind of killing me right now. We just drop that down to like a 5. Let's do a 4 maybe. Cool. Let's do that. Let's build that lighting real quick. I'll take a quick swig. All right, cool. Weird balls floating. All right. All right, now that we got that working, let's create the script to transform. So, we're going to put this in the camera strip. We're going to make a new actor, I guess. Blueprint. Jesus. Anyways, actor. We'll call this, what do we call this one? So, because it's called camera trigger. Yeah, that's it. It's called camera trigger. Yeah. All right. Camera trigger zone. All right. This will be comprised of a collision. I can only think that a boss collision would be work 99% of the time. So I think I'm just gonna set it for a box, just to keep it really simple. Although I guess it, yeah, no, just a box. Yeah, that's all it can be. Yeah, that's it's going to be a box. It's a box. So box. We're gonna make the root because I'm lazy. Oh, it is the root. Make it the root. Yeah, because you're gonna be moving. This is you're moving. Yada yada yada. This is movable. Actually, this is a static object. I'm not gonna worry about it though. So, key. Now it could create a new interface that only interacts with the camera. All right, I'm gonna worry about that right now. So first things first. Venting. All right. We can look down here for a set of things. All right. On. I guess we just do add event, collision. Still on begin overlap. All right. We'll get rid of these. All right. So. Other actor. We could do a break here. Equal object. We can just do it. What's the word? Dynamic camera. There it is. Okay. Put a branch. Okay, so if we hit a dynamic camera, we want to cast to that camera. So cast to what this means is when it detects that camera, it'll say, ah, okay, cool. It'll cast to them, and then in that camera, we'll create the actual script, which I'll make it a function to whatchamacallit, change the rotation. So I will steal. I'm going to steal this for. I actually. Do I just steal this entire thing? That's probably just for the best. Truth be told. And I will. So, I'm just going to steal all this. Control C. I go to the event graph here. All right. And then, boop. All right. Cool. All right. We're going to drag out from here. Custom event. Hey. Thanks for the follow. I'm not going to lie. That alert scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of caught me off guard. But we're gonna add a custom event here. Oh, we're gonna add a custom event. All right. We're gonna call this update camera settings. I don't know why that got super small. All right. Update camera settings. And to be smart and keep this super nice, not spaghetti space yet, going, we're going to collapse this all into a function. All right. Note to self, though. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna like, ding that down a bit. Like your yeah, I'm gonna ding that down because that was not cool. But it was cool. Thank you, but that scared me. But yeah, I'm gonna collapse this down to a function. That way, it takes up less space. Really, that's the biggest thing. And it's easier to call. In fact, I think I can just call it. I should be able to call it. I'm gonna try that. All right, we're gonna call this function. Oh wow. Actually, I don't. Just call functions, right? I'm not tripping, right? I should have done it. Let's see. Oh, you can just call it. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't notice that. Okay. Apparently that will just work. So we're actually going to go back here. I'm gonna delete this, and actually delete this. Don't need that. Because we're gonna go in here. We're gonna rename this one. Update camera position. Camera position. All right. And this will be like the big. This will be the big function right here. The function that will be in charge of creating like smooth transitions. But for now, it's gonna be pretty ugly. It's gonna be very snappy. But yeah, this is just get something going for now. All right. Boom. Yeah. Clicking this call function. Man, I've learned so much in school. Except for, my short term memory. Update camera position. Seriously. Alright, cool. Now, it does have that, but that means nothing to this thing so far. What I need is to create a thing in the camera, which is going to be an input. That input is going to be the struct DC, which will need to get changed at some point, but no. All right, keep this very simple. Cam settings. All right, and we're gonna take this and we're gonna plug it into there. Boom. Now go back into here, compile, save. All right. Okay. Can I drag off? Thank you. Convert that to a variable, and then that will be struct. So call this new cam settings, and we'll expose this to the public. So need, do you have any control of the variables of physics engine, or is that hard coded? Well, this is Unreal, but in Unity you do have some controls over how the physics work in Unity for sure, as you do in Unreal. I do believe like a bulk of like all the physics stuff is kind of like is like not really, I wouldn't say hard coded as like unchangeable, but a lot of it is done for you. Yeah, but yeah, so a lot of it is done for you, and so you can change things like there's like a mass system and like a weight system. There's a friction system that you can mess with. Um, yeah, I don't do a lot of. I haven't done a lot of physics based stuff. I find it a little tedious to get looking good and feeling good. Kind of a little floaty if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, you can definitely modify the physics though. All right, so new cam settings. Default. Keep that as nothing. Now, what I do want to do is have an indicator so the person working on this, me, can tell where the camera's going to be pointing. So we're going to use a cone for that. All right, and that's really going to be it's a very simple thing. All right, let's add one thing real quick. Let's add a thing so I know where north is. There it is. Boop. Oh. I was confused there for a second. I was like, why is the arrow pointing down? It's like, that's all right. But it's based on that. So zero that out. All right, cool. That's forward, which I just need to know for this arrow to be correct. All right, let's scale this down. And then we will update the cone's position. So essentially, the cone will act as a visual indicator, not in game, but out of the game, just to let me know, like, all right, cool. When I'm setting these zones up for these camera changes, that all right, cool. The camera will be pointing this way, so I don't need to like kind of guess and like, all right, I did that right? Yeah, no, it's a little bit of visual clarity for later on. So we're going to go in here. We're going to set rotation. Oh, I saw something. Mm. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. This is an interesting problem now because I'm gonna need to rotate the trigger zone, and that might mess with the rotation. So, what I can do, what is a good way? I guess world locate. World. Yeah, yeah. It's all world. So if I keep it world, yeah. Okay, so we'll do set world rotation. Yeah, let's try that. I could be doing that completely wrong, but all right. So let's drag this one in. We'll split this pin, and let's grab that. And I do think I need to make sure the default is -45. Otherwise, I'm gonna have problems later, or at least in here. So actually, I do want to split this. Actually, let's. So we're actually gonna break that link. We're gonna split this pin again. All right. Only thing I want from here is looking at here. We want no cone. Okay. It's going to be. Is it yaw or roll? Why does that not sound right? Is this based on worlds? Hey, I'll figure it out. All right, but essentially zero all these out real quick. Okay. Need to do a little bit of math real quick because this thing's gonna keep updating. Yeah, not doing anything. Whatever. Yeah, thank you. Figure it out. Come on. All right. -90. So -90 on pitch. So okay, I'm going to do a minus. All right, no matter what the pitch is, we're gonna do a -90. Which pitch will be 0, so cool. And then we want. Is it roll? I guess it is roll. Huh. I feel like that's wrong. Like part of me is telling me that's wrong, but you know what? We're just gonna try it for now. All right, so let's double check this. Yes. Other actor hits. If that actor is the camera thing, that triggers that. Yada yada yada. All right, cool. Now I already know one problem with this setup and I set my camera. Has no collision. Has no collision. Otherwise, otherwise it'll collide with the characters. But for now, we will ignore that. So it's going to be the sphere. Hmm. Guess overlap. Oh, sphere collision. Oh, I think that's what I want. Could be wrong. All right, so let's drag in the new trigger zone. Yep, I can tell that was backwards. Okay. All right. So, all right. Let's make this. All right. This isn't facing a way I'd really want. Oh, let's try it. All right. Let's see if this works. Shoot. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it did not. All right. I believe it's -45 is the original. So let's look at that. Yeah, -45. So -45 is our starting point for all our cameras. So let's change this to -45 on the rotation. -45. All right, let's try this now. This is quite the conundrum. Hmm. All right. So I think that's working as I wanted, but I think it's breaking somewhere here. So update camera position. Hmm. Let's do a quick test. Let's make sure this is working right. All right. So first things first, I do want to test. Was actually let's do that. All right. Okay. Interesting. So I know that if the camera positioning settings are the same, and I think I might have figured it out. Is the camera transform? Could be the camera transform. All right. So let's add a little bit to these functions. All right. Let's add a thing to this. So let's go here. Let's go. 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 Eventually, I will change this out. Okay. Let's add some more inputs. All right. All right. We'll call this one keep position. I should do keep position. All right. Should be a bull. All right. So might need to make a new structure and break it. Or did I just update the camera position straight? Let's try that. Let's try that real quick. Let's try that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I know what to do. To fix that, set. Let's try this. Nope. Okay. Let's break that right there. I wonder if I can figure out what the settings are. Camera actor. Oh, not camera actor. Dynamic camera. There we go. All right. Oh wait. Why am I picking up something? Why am I picking up roll? Okay, so I'm picking up roll. Yep. Okay. I'm getting roll from somewhere. Where am I picking up roll from? So we can track that down. Should pick up 0. When we go to the trigger zone, okay, so we're picking up roll from here. Weird. Where am I picking that roll from? Could it be? All right, let's try something real quick. Let's go straight into here. Let's break links here. Split there. All right. All right. 0, -45, 0. Oh, wait. Could I have? I could have messed that up. I figured it out. Okay. So there. All right. Let's try this now. Hey. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. So the issue was, in trying to get this thing. Oh. All right. And trying to get this arrow to point in the direct location, I messed that up. So, all right. What I need to do now is figure out how to get this arrow to point in the same location always. Okay, so okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Because that would still be an important tool to get right. Let's try this. Yep, there it is. All right, it is working as intended now. So the arrow points now. The real test is if I rotate the box itself, will this thing break? Or will the arrow break? If it doesn't, I will be over the moon because that's something I don't have to program. And it'll be very helpful when it comes to debugging. Hold up. I gotta test that one. All right. All right. All right. Yes. All right. Cool. Now I can go around corners. All right. And I built a pretty decent system for cool. So the arrow always points to where I want it to. Although I do need to probably at some point build a new arrow, or just use the arrow they provide. Why am I being complicated? So yeah, let's use the arrow they provide. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good arrow. So let's go to the event graph. No, construction script. Drag out the arrow actually, and we'll steal that there. All right, cool. Compile, viewport. Up, up. Oh, That's right. I added the negative 90. So let's just make that 0 for now. I might want to reuse that later. Although I should delete that to be good practice. There we go. All right. You have been demoted. This already doesn't show up in game, so it's not anything I need to worry about. And that's freaking dope. All right, cool. So now that's a bit of a problem. I do kind of want this to always be available, but just for now, we'll just be lazy about it and just lift this entire thing up. Boop. All right. So the full irony is I do need to keep this where it normally is going to be. So let's zero this out. And look at that. It's based on roll location. I am actually kind of proud of that. That works. All right. I'm going to drag this over. Make a new one. Okay. That did not work as I thought it was going to work. Okay. Now, drag this over. Create a copy. All right. Let's do this entire area. So we're actually going to need one right here. One right here. And then that one will come into this one right here. Which will come into this one right here. Which will fall across all the... Oh. Okay. Boop. And kind of keep the same position. So let's go all the way down. All right, let's try a funky angle here. And then... Now, one thing I am aware of is that characters might... Or people might... I'm saying characters like D&D. People might double back. So in that case, you kind of, you know what? I'll copy what I need to copy. All right, but let's set these up. So first one right here. We go to camera rotation. I think we just want this zeroed out. Oh, that's pretty quick too. I like that. All right, click this one. Click. There we go. I think we want opposite, so negative 45. Negative 45. There we go. All right, and this one's going to be 90, I think. Nope, negative 90. All right. We could have fun with this one. I do kind of want to have fun with this one, but I'll worry about that later. So let's get this king going for now. Oh, it's going to be. Let's have the camera facing that way, so zero it out. Zero it out. Okay. And we'll make this one. Actually, zero pretty much works for that. Yes, it's a 0. And I'll keep this one right over here. So if someone decides to come back up, the camera will swap back. Which is something I probably need to work on, like a little more, like an addendum or something else. And then we'll do Did I get 90? There we go. Yeah. All right, let's test out this little slice. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then oh, I'm actually kind of happy this works. All right. There we go. 2 characters. Please don't fall off. There are no bounding boxes yet. Oh, all right. And I mean, shoot, that's like solid start. Nice. All right. All right. All right. Oh, man. All right. Now for the real challenge, which is to get it to rotate smoothly. Which I'm thinking. All right. Now that the camera works, I'm thinking of ways to make it more smooth. So, one possible solution I'm thinking of is possibly having a sort of lightning rod system. I just came up with this, but lightning rod system where the closer you are to one point versus another will kind of like gradient the camera over. And I guess you could do it based on strength of how close you are. That's a little more. I'm gonna think of that one over. That's one thing. But ignore that. Let's just do smooth rotating cameras. So, like all things, when you're not 100% on how to do something, you go to Google. All right, let's look it up. So, UE4 smooth actor rotation. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Their frame rate independence good. Okay, so let's use this. Let's use this code. So looks like they have an actor, the goal. So the goal is going to be our set rotation, and the linear the will interpret it based on world. It'll interpret the movement over a set number of time. But that's important. So, how to set that up correctly? Mm. One way, one way I can see how you could do it would be that you start calling. Cause I think I'm sure these need. Yep, yep. Computer scientist. Let's check this out. So let's go into Unreal and save that for now. And I do believe. All right. Let's create a test object to test this. All right. So let's create a new. Let's create a new actor. We'll call this uh, test spin box. Let's add a component, cube. It's had a cool material to it that I didn't make. Haha, it's a cube. All right. So let's go into here. Now, I am almost 100% certain that you need to keep ticking to set a thing right. I could be wrong though, and I hope I am wrong because abusing event ticks is bad. You don't want to keep using because every event tick is a call to the CPU, and that's just bad. So don't do that. You want to take everything as used as needed, essentially. So, all right, so we set actor location, yada yada yada. But we're using rotation, but should be fine. So we're actually gonna plop this over, plop that there. Okay, I don't need that much. Set actor rotation. Interpret interpret 2. All right, so our current rotation is 0. Let's do this at we need the world delta time. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. I want to say that's the time based on like the computer time. So it's checking based on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. All right, let's make this kind of slow to 5, and we're gonna eyeball this. Let's say we want it to rotate 76. No, you know what? We'll do 69 degrees on the what's this? Yeah. All right. On the Z. So we're gonna do 69 degrees. Pile, and I kind of just want to check this in the viewport. It should work if you simulate it. Um. Uh, I feel like I trolled myself right now. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we will do. Let's put this in here. Because that happened so fast. Delay. Let's add a 2-second delay before this happens. Is 69 just not a big rotation, or am I tripping? It's probably not, but hold on. Save everything. Save all. Close tabs to the right. Let's make sure I'm working on this right now. All right, so let's try again. Hmm. Okay. You know, I just realized the problem was my original concern. Yep. I need to event tick this. Okay. You know, it's not end of the world. I already do have the camera like already event ticks itself, so this is fine. let's test this. Um, okay, you know what I need? Okay, okay. Get current. Get oh my goodness. You know what though? That is 300% on me for cutting corners and trying to interpret without really reading the code that was right in front of my face. But yeah, I think that'll do good. So, things to think about. Well, first things first. Let's add that to the thing. Let's add that to the test. All right. Close you for now. Save all. Dynamic camera prototype. So, okay. So, we can add this as a part of the update position thing. So, what we can do is let's add a new camera position. All right. Which is going to be struct struct DC. So with this variable will be a container for the new variable, which we'll be getting from the function update camera position. And then we're using these two things. We're going to start we'll add a small function in line with the camera positioning function or camera positioning to update. And then what I want to do is once it's done updating to the new position, it should stop and save that position to the camera. And then once it's done, hmm, hmm, hmm. No, it needs to keep updating the position. That's right. It needs to update the position of the camera every time while it's transferring back. All right. I think the only reason that doesn't sound good to me is that it's not. I wouldn't. What's the best way to say it? If something messes up in the rotation, the game assuming I mess up somewhere placing something, it can't get that rotation like back to normal. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. I don't know why I think it does. I don't know. I'm being weird. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. So we'll call this target camera position. Yeah, target camera position. There we go. That will not be visible. Hmm. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Okay, so the yaw arm, the boom arm, and the yaw offset are separate things that I do need to account for those being separate. So I have to interpolate two things at once. So I think the best way to do this. Okay, there actually might be use for this yet. So, okay, what we can do. Oh, this can always be a thing I'm doing. Hmm. Okay. 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 So let's get the boom offset. Okay. I know I'm doing this. Boom offset. There it is. Okay. Let's split this. Split this. And the yaw offset. Get relative rotation. Split that. I don't know what is playing though. Alright. It's enough ska. Alright, so. Alright. This is one of those moments where things get a little hectic visually. So I gotta really focus. So, first things first. No. Well. I never had to knock on wood. Let's clean this up a bit. Okay. I actually don't need that right there. Let's break that link. Push that there. So what I'll do instead. All right. So we will keep the function. And I can create like a bunch of checks based on like rotation checks, whatever. So the way this will work is upon receiving a new camera setting, and I'll check that based on the current rotations and within a certain degree, because this is a bunch of floats. And as you know, floats have random bits of numbers towards the end. They're not like perfect like integers. So you have to check them within a certain degree of accuracy. That's besides the point. I'm gonna check if they're close enough. If something's changed, let's say changing by like 2 degrees, it's like, all right, cool. I know then now to start this new start calling this function until it updates all the way. Once that function is fully updated, then I stop calling it, and that is just. I think I'm hoping it's like it's not gonna be a big performance like hit, but good practice. I think just to stop updating things you don't need to update. I think that is the philosophy I'm going for in this one, which is a good philosophy to have. Don't call things. The computer program might just like run through and be like, "Oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine." But I don't want it to keep running this every time, which it is very small. But all right, camera transform is least likely to change. So delete that. It is least likely to change, but do I do it now? Yeah, I do it now. Okay. This should be pretty simple though. V interp reinterpret. All right, which the camera position settings. I believe, are the boom settings, right? The boom offset. Yeah, boom offset. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's the boom offset, which is what I have. Anyways, so boom offset gets um get location. Now I'm fairly certain. I am fairly certain that the location is always going to be relative. At least I hope. Otherwise, shit. But yeah, it should be relative. So get relative location. All right, and so this will usually be the current location, and target location will be this one right here. All right. So interpretation speed. So first things first. Let's look at things I don't need. Is this being referenced anywhere? No results found. Delete it. Player positions, memoir, yes, these are all things that are important. So, I think I actually need a target cam position in this case. It's really hard not to sing to these ska songs. You can't hear them, but I can. All right, so let's do that. We won't need that. We won't need that for now. All right, and we'll put this in line. Update camera position. Ba, 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 da. Okay, so mm, all right. So I need to figure out a way to just set the struct, the part of the struct I want to set, which know there's a way to do it because I wasn't doing it before. All right. Set certain member of struct UE4. Okay, so this should be it right here. Rotation, and we'll do that. The reference. Okay, so let's try that. Yeah. I don't want to make the same mistake I used to make where I would like pin out each little struct and I would end up having to create stupid logic to try to be like, don't do this, but only write this and that. Dumb way of coding. However, I will need to create a setting. I'll probably make a bool in here somewhere that says do not that to just like specifically not change the camera position. And I'll keep that as a default true because I don't want the camera position to change. I really just want the rotation to change for the most of it. There will be times where I want the camera to change, but that will be rarer. So I think the default setting will be do not change camera setting. I'll keep that as true. Do not change that. But for now, let's just do this. Set the member struct. All right, this should work. Let's try it. I might have just broken everything. Okay. So far, so good. Nothing is broken yet. Okay, controller's back on. Oops. Okay. So that all failed. Oh, forgot. I need the world delta. So first things first, go back here. Um, interpolation speed. I feel like I spelled that wrong, but I'm not gonna go through the process of figuring that out till later. Let's do 3 seconds. Let's actually make that public. Let's make that editable. Get so making the interpolation speed a setting is a good idea because that can give me like some like cool edits later on if I want to like set that like oh you hit the zone boom smash camera to the side monster whatever blah blah blah. So it's about giving the level designer some control, or in this case myself later on down the line if I really need to make some edits. Just thinking ahead, basically. All right, moment of truth. Let's let. Uh, all right, still a little fast. So let's. I feel like I'm doing my S's too much. Hold on. There we go. Gonna gonna soften my S's a little much because I know it can be a little grating on people's ears. So what we want to do is, well, one, clean up the spaghetti because this is getting suffering succotash. Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Because I can hear it. And I'm like, if this is like partially annoying me, I know it's like definitely annoying someone else. But definitely start cleaning up this spaghetti code right now, like literal spaghetti code. But it's pretty in its own way. All right, interpolation speed. We want this. Let's set this to. Let's get crazy. Let's say 8. Let's try that. The goal is just kind of slow this thing down a bit. All right. Can you? Thank you. Let's go. All right. This thing's made a mocker of me. It's weird. It's like on one level. Hmm. Hmm. I can tell it is interpolating. That is for sure. It is doing what I want. Huh. Okay. So I can tell it's slowing down a bit. All right. Let's sometimes you gotta go crazy. Let's go 100. See what that gives us. All right. Should probably spawn these guys closer. Could it be? Let's try this. Less is more. Okay. So 0.2. Once again, no one can hear what I'm listening to, but I can. But you can see what I'm listening to if you look at the bottom of the screen, right around yay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get that like nice kind of curve through. I probably will go back in and do a timeline, but that's gonna look really ugly for like a second. So I got to really think of that again. But for now, this will be like a nice little thing. So let's try this. Let's try a little slower. 0.2. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. 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 All right. All right. I'm happy with that one. That was like butter smooth. Yeah, that feels pretty live. All right. That kind of feels good though. And then the the way it works is no player's dominant, so this is where I'll have to I'll do that for another one, but they will be chained. They'll be quote unquote chained together, so they won't be able to move too far. Hence why the um the big red ball and green ball in that case are the real triggering actors. So it only triggers based on their position. So once it crosses about the right around here, it'll switch, and that's pretty dope actually. So it's pretty good at keeping that. All right. So it looks like the real challenge is going to be making sure I can really lock these characters together. And I am thinking of some problems here, which is that could be a little annoying if you have a player who just repeatedly does that. But that is another stream or another problem to work out. Look at that though. That is dope. For a project I've been putting off for an actual year, I'm glad I finally got it done. It's not the first part. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay. So got a bit of a slowdown now. Okay, so let's move that way up here. All right, get a little overlap. All right, cool. So I can just rotate this. All right, so let need to lock the scaling in, because that is a little annoying. Although I'll worry about that later. That is not an important problem to solve.